Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Glad to have you aboard this afternoon as we get set up for the Edmonton Oilers, the Arizona Coyotes, at 2 p.m. puck drop on a Family Day Monday as the Oilers look to obviously try and settle up what will be a good road trip should we find a way to win today's hockey game against the Coyotes. Go 2-1 on the little quick three-gamer. 2-2 in our last four. Wouldn't mind that at all. Or sorry, that would be 3-1 in our last four, as long as we win today after the win against Dallas, the win against Detroit, and then a potential win here against Arizona. So, friends, welcome aboard as we get things fired up. Justin Owen, welcome in. Excited to see where this one takes us tonight. Obviously, we're in Mullet Arena, so again, I can't remember what the sight lines look like on the camera, but end of the day is just excited to watch the Oilers go in there with a whole bunch of Edmonton Oilers fans in attendance. It's the Oilers Nation vacation trip or whatever they've branded it as. So there's a whole bunch of Oilers fans in attendance for that game here this afternoon, and that's going to be a huge help as well. And obviously, number two is Mullet Arena is a whole different beast in the NHL compared to any other building an NHL team will walk into. So see what the Oilers have in store. But again, also getting a rookie goaltender, his first start in the NHL today for the Coyotes. So I think we're in store for a pretty good offensive show from the Edmonton Oilers, so long as they come out of the gates flying and decide to make sure it's a show right from the start. So, friends, welcome aboard. As well, Smurfy's just joining the chat here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens for the Oilers this afternoon. I think the biggest thing is, like I said, just taking it to the Coyotes early and often. I know Chris Knobloch in the pregame interview was talking about kind of how the speed of the team is kind of an issue that they're facing in the Coyotes. So as long as the Oilers commit to getting their chances, being defensively reliable every shift, I think it'll be just fine the rest of the way home tonight. So 2 p.m. puck drop in Alberta. That's a tough assignment because, trust me, I could have used a little bit extra sleep, a little afternoon nap at about noon today. That wasn't in the cards, but we'll get the live stream up and running today, and then we'll get a nap in sometime post game here after 5 o'clock this evening. But friends, welcome aboard to the stream. I think we're looking for a pretty good stream here today. Obviously, too, given the fact that the Oilers are playing an afternoon game. It's a holiday Monday. Nobody's really got much going on. I don't think Family Day is kind of the weird day of the holiday for Family Day. Everybody does things over the course of the weekend, and then Monday's kind of the recovery day. So beautiful day out though in southern Alberta. Not sure how the weather is up north, but I would assume a lot of folks are taking advantage of the mild Family Day weather right now and excited to just be able to get outside for another weekend here in what has been a really odd Albertan winter so far. It's nice to see the snow that we got the past few weeks kind of starting to actually stick around and stay despite the higher temperatures. So that's a big add for me. It'd just be nice to get out on the outdoor rink sometime maybe this week if things cool down and they resurface out there in Crossfield. So, friends, yeah, that's where we're at, right? Not much really to report. Obviously, it is Stuart Skinner in net for the Edmonton Oilers. Connor Brown is indeed sitting. You've got Gagne on the ice for the fourth line alongside Holloway and Ryan. Janmark will be up on the third line. So there isn't much to really think about with this Oilers team today, right? We can only make one roster move and as many lineup moves as we want, given that one extra player coming in. So for the Oilers too, as much as I've been talking about things all week and trades and stuff, is you almost have to wonder what this Oilers team would look like with somebody like James Hamlin up here instead of Matthias Janmark. But that is to a point where the Condors were only able to dress 18, 19 skaters yesterday due to injuries. So they're in the other part of the problem is for the Oilers, they just don't have any healthy bodies down on the farm, and every healthy body on the farm needs to be playing in the AHL lineup. So tough go right now for the Oilers trying to find some internal solutions ahead of the trade deadline, but it looks like we're going to see the Oilers obviously figure it out here towards the trade deadline. I'm sure we'll have James Hamlin up the duration of the season after the trade deadline. That just seems to me like a natural fit if the Oilers move Janmark for cap space reasons. So we'll see what happens here, friends, but there's just a little something that's been on my mind here the past few days that I wanted to cover off for. Toastical, welcome in, and as well, Oh, and went for a skate earlier today. Have the backyard rink. It's held up well during the weather. Well, that's good news because I know it was +6 or something in Crossfield yesterday when I stopped by. Was that yesterday or the day before? Maybe Saturday when I stopped by for the U13 game in town on the Saturday evening. But end of the day is, hey, you know what? We're gonna not complain too much about the temps. Just need a little bit more snow. I think it's about the only thing I could really use a bit more of this kind of late winter, early spring kind of season, because the more snow we have, the less likelihood we are on fire all throughout the spring like we were last playoffs, and we can all kind of sit back and relax and enjoy a good Stanley Cup playoffs. Tim, good afternoon to you. It is family day. I don't really go out there and celebrate too much. I know there's a whole bunch of activities that take place across the province, but for me, I just try to sit back, relax, and take the well-earned day off on the calendar, I guess you could say, as you know, it's just that kind of year, right? February's grinding on here. We got 10 days to go, and we're almost to March. The days are getting longer, the mornings are getting brighter, but still a few days left in February to escape before things really take a turn here for the better coming up soon. So I hope you're doing well, Tim, and we'll see if the Oilers decide to do well tonight. That is going to be the bigger question, or I guess this afternoon. So, like I said, though, I think the impact of the Oilers Nation vacation will be a pretty important one for the Edmonton Oilers today. See how having all those fans in the building at Mullet Arena is going to impact the team as compared to maybe some of the other road trips that we go on where we're not necessarily getting lots of folks into the building. I know Anaheim, LA, and San Jose, we tend to get a couple of fans in the building, but outside of that, maybe Calgary, right? But I don't think there's really anywhere else we travel that well, all told. So again, kind of tough when you look at it and see from the Oilers' perspective, we're one of the highest traveling kilometers-wise teams in the NHL year in, year out. So right now, friends, we're just waiting for this hockey game to get underway. Obviously, about another 10 minutes until things get fired up for the anthems and the pregame stuff from Gene Principe. So we got a little bit of the ways to go yet, but we'll get there in no time flat. That much I know for sure, as we're getting things set up for a good afternoon game against the Arizona Coyotes. The Edmonton Oilers looking for a much-needed victory. I think that would get us, point number 67 of the season if we go out there and win today. I'm just going to quickly take a look at the standings here and make sure I've got everything sorted out the way we should. As let's go quickly look at the standings and see where we're sitting in this wild card chase, or second in the division chase, whatever you want to call it. I'm just worried about making a playoff spot first. The Oilers currently a grand total of 3 points back of the Golden Knights. We have 3 games in hand, so you win today, and I think that does the Edmonton Oilers a ton of favors in terms of getting up to 67. I don't think at this point anyone's catching the Canucks unless they absolutely fall apart here down the stretch. I guess the Oilers do have 5 games in hand on the Canucks, so you win all 10 points of that 5 games, and you probably end up at 75. So yeah, there's a bunch of potential here for the Edmonton Oilers down the stretch. And the nice part is right now we're 7 points up on a playoff spot. So that's the other side too here. The Oilers holding the cut line by 7 points. So let's see what they have in store for us tonight, friends. And obviously rock and roll as the Oilers try to bring home a very important victory for us here today. And as we look at things, I just wanted to quickly take a look at the watch time one more time, as we are already up to 2.4 divided by 60, so we're at 2.84 hours. We should be well on our way to hitting that 10 here before all is said and done in the pregame show, friends. I'm not sure what to expect. I kind of watched the numbers across YouTube for that Dallas game on Saturday. Seemed like a kind of day not necessarily only I took off. I mean, I'm glad to see Patrick and Toff get back to the Rig 72 podcast live streams, but at the same rate too, it was kind of a day where everybody across YouTube was just kind of having a slower day, and maybe not necessarily a bad one for the Oilers to have some glaring mistakes against Dallas that they end up winning a hockey game in. So Hopefully not the case today. The Oilers just come out and absolutely dominate and find a way to make short work of the Arizona Coyotes for this afternoon's hockey game. So as we continue along, friends, as well, at the top of your chat you would see, and I threw that up there earlier on this morning, some trade talk, just talking about two guys that I think if the Oilers are kind of looking for term, looking for guys that are veteran, proven leaders on a team, or guys that can really contribute to the score sheet in terms of scoring points for you, I think those two guys in Bjorkstrand and Ryan O'Reilly could be absolutely beautiful additions for the Edmonton Oilers. So that's kind of where we chatted about that last night, and I'd like to thank everybody again that tuned into that. Up over 5,700 views now, and again, never really know what a video is going to do. You have a good feeling. Sometimes it doesn't pan out. Other times you think, man, that's what got all the views. Oof, that's a tough look for me. But we are officially 5 minutes away from the broadcast flipping over, my friends. I would assume that EST will be wrapping up here soon. Everybody will make their way over, and then we will be ready to rock and roll for a pretty good go here this afternoon. So yeah, we should be almost ready to go, and yeah, we'll be rocking for what should be a pretty good hockey game here this afternoon. So yeah, Tom Gozzola and Dustin Nielsen out there live streaming the oil stream with 160 folks aboard for the ride, so good to see. The numbers may be a little bit bigger than they were last game out. So Vortex, good afternoon. Good to see you aboard for the ride. And yes, at Muller Arena today are the Edmonton Oilers. We'll see what that means they have in store for us. Obviously in a small rink where there's a lot of Oilers fans and a lot more kind of, I don't know how to put it, it's a lot more focus on the players than maybe in a bigger NHL rink. Like, less to look at around the building, so everybody knows that they're going to be watched even that much more, I guess what I would say. And friends, as we continue along, Trevor, good afternoon to you as well, as we are just about to get this thing up and underway this afternoon. We are 4 minutes away from the broadcast, flipping over and getting us started for another good hockey game here this afternoon. Looking for the Oilers to do their thing, obviously, and start the offense early and often against the Arizona Coyotes. That's the big part. We got to go out there and absolutely rip it up. Looks like we continue to have the commercial breaks here on the Sportsnet live stream. And then we should be good to go for this hockey game this afternoon. But I don't really think there's much else to add. Like I said, the lines, Corey Perry remains on the top line. The second line of Kane, Nugent Hopkins, and of course, Zach Hyman remain together. So we'll see, I guess, if the third and fourth lines that have changed up a little bit have anything more to contribute for us. Dylan Holloway, the last time he was center in the fourth line, looked really good. So we'll see if he can help us out a little bit by looking even better here tonight, this afternoon, whatever we want to say. And hopefully it all works out for the Edmonton Oilers the best way possible in terms of getting 2 points and a victory this afternoon. So kind of a trap game for the Oilers, right? The Coyotes are near the bottom of the standings, 23, 27, and 4, so they've got 50 points on the season. I guess technically speaking, they're only 15 points behind the Oilers, but at this point of the year, that's a long way to crawl back. And Vlada there has, of course, a period or so of hockey, 14 saves under his belt this season, and he'll get the start for the Arizona Coyotes. The Coyotes are averaging 2.87 goals per game, which is less goals than the Oilers give up, in fact. And the Oilers give up 2.88. Coyotes giving up 3.19. That, again, thanks to great goaltending from Connor Ingram throughout much of this season. The Oilers, though, scoring 3.51 goals per game, so they'd like to pick that up here this afternoon and really bring together what would be a huge offensive showing if they can go out there and get it done against the Arizona Coyotes and a rookie netminder this afternoon, especially if they get the guy in Vjelkma, I think, who's still healthy on the back half of a back-to-back. So we'll see if the Oilers have it in store for us, but we're just watching some highlights here right quickly before this Edmonton Oilers game gets fired up. Just some good old sports highlights on Sportsnet, and then we'll be good to go for a pretty important hockey game. Like I said, right, as this one gets us within a point of Vegas, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, right, that's what we were talking about a few moments ago. The Oilers just need to get a couple more points in the column, and then all of a sudden things look really, really good for that second spot in the Pacific Division here. If we make up those 10 points in hand against Vancouver, we're going to be off to a pretty rolling start. Sheldon, good afternoon to you as well. As yeah, we're just getting things just about started up. We're about a minute away from things really kicking off here for this hockey game this afternoon against the Coyotes and the Edmonton Oilers. So looking forward to seeing the Oilers obviously do what they normally do for us, and that is put on an offensive show. So again, we'll see if that is the case tonight or not. And friends, as we continue along, 6.54 hours watched on the stream. So we're just about to that 10-hour mark, no problemo. We'll be there, and we will be absolutely fired up for what should be a very passionate Canadian anthem within one Mullet Arena in Arizona today, because that'll be a lot of NHL Edmonton Oilers fans in the building that made their way down from Canada and should be pretty pumped up to obviously get the Edmonton Oilers a good hockey victory today. There we go, the broadcast flipping over the Edmonton Oilers feed of the hockey game today. And we'll see if the Oilers have a chance indeed to do some magic this afternoon against the Coyotes. I'm a little tired, like I said, right off the hop. A little bit tired. Was planning on hopefully getting a nap in this afternoon. Didn't do that, so we'll suffer through and get the job done hopefully, and then see the Oilers go out there and win us a hockey game, get a good evening nap in, and then really crush off what should be a good start to the week on a Tuesday instead of, yes indeed, instead of a Monday. And there's Gene Principe doing his stand-up right in front of the glass at ice level in Mullet Arena, as Family Day started in 1990, originated in Alberta across the country of Canada. And of course, we're just getting some quick stuff in from Gene Principe. I think we'll be fast moving here throughout the broadcast this afternoon. And Gene Principe showing off his family for Family Day by the looks of it as well. As we are about to get this Edmonton Oilers hockey game underway, I can tell you that much, friends. The Oilers ready to rock and roll. The referees on the ice for this one. They're doing their lap here to get things fired up. Mullet Arena, there's really not much room in that building for fans, right? Only about 5,000 seat capacity. So this will be interesting again with all the Oilers fans in attendance. Lots of orange and blue in the stands right now, from kind of just looking from Gene Principe's area. And you look at the Oilers, 17 Canadians, 2 Swedes, 1 German, and 1 American for the Edmonton Oilers here right now. And John's watching in from sunny Mazatlan right now. I mean, it's sunny southern Alberta here today as well. We got lots to go, and Gustavo, welcome in as the Edmonton Oilers about to fire up this one here this afternoon. Derek Ryan on the fourth line alongside Dylan Holloway and yes indeed, Sam Gagner back in the Edmonton Oilers lineup, and moved from Winnipeg to Arizona in 1996 did the Coyotes. And of course the Coyotes might be well on their way to moving to one place well known in the NHL circles right now, looking for a team, and that being Salt Lake City. Logan Cooley on the ice as well, and we've got Jack Michaels and his family, and of course Louis DeBrusque and his family as well, getting things set up for what should be a good hockey game today. So glad to have, of course, Jack and Louie on the broadcast as always. The only unfortunate part is I don't get a chance to listen too well because of obviously having to do the play-by-play over top of the television feed. So we'll see what happens here. It's real welcome in, and yeah, we should be ready to rock and roll for a good hockey game. One last commercial break here before we get things fired up from Arizona, and there's an airplane flying in on the broadcast right now in Arizona, and you know there's a ton of airplanes that fly into Phoenix every dang day, and a lot of Canadians aboard on those flights. Let me tell you that much for sure. Most everybody I know at some point's been down to Phoenix, Arizona, Scottsdale, whatever you want to say. But friends, we're one commercial break away from getting things fired up here for the national anthems this afternoon. Thank you for choosing Dolynny TV and being aboard for a good ride this afternoon. Looking forward to seeing things progress this afternoon for what should be a pretty good finish up if the Oilers decide to win a hockey game today. And as we continue along as well, just looking here quickly, we are well on our way to that grand total of 10 hours prior to puck drop, so we should be set up for a pretty good Edmonton Oilers game today, I think. I'm just hoping, right? The rookie goaltender doesn't come in and steal a game. The Oilers just really throw it out there and absolutely beat down on a weak Arizona Coyotes team over the past few weeks here. I think since the Oilers kind of started turning around, the Coyotes have been having a rough go. The Arizona Coyotes have their anthem singer out on the ice right now singing singing "O Canada" for us. So the Oilers ready to rock and roll for this one this afternoon. Alan, welcome in as we are about to get things fired up for a pretty good hockey game. Again, trying to save the energy for the play-by-play because I assume if the Oilers do want to come out and have a good one, we're going to have a lot of fun with the play-by-play here this afternoon. Other than that, what can I tell you? I think right now got some changes coming to the setup here sometime this week when I get a chance. The microphone's in fact dented for the Arizona Coyotes. That's absolutely hilarious that the microphone's dented. And we should be just about set up to get this one up and underway. It looks like it's dented. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a flat top. Not sure. But the mini Jumbotron within the Arizona's, Sun Devils rink, right? University of Arizona or whatever. As we are going to get this one fired up. I think it's Arizona State, actually. I'm not sure. I actually don't know the colleges too well down there in the States, but we are just about up and ready to finish this off as the American National Anthem playing within Mullet Arena right now. And you look at this here, you've got the Arizona Coyotes on the bench, just a island of misfit toys at this point. They've been for a long while, and they'll continue to be for the majority of the time moving forward here until they decide to find an actual arena, find a situation in which players want to come to Arizona other than to just make some really good money. And we should be seeing a move out of Arizona here, whether it be this year or next year. I would almost guarantee at this point. Purple, welcome in. And we should be fired up for this one here this afternoon, friends. I got to really find a better place to put that water bottle at this point, whether it be somewhere up top so as I'm not reaching over the whole time. These anthems seeming to drag out forever here. And it looks like we're going to get the shot of the Jumbotron with the American flag on there one more time. And we are just about to get this one up and underway, my friends. The Oilers, the Coyotes, a 2 p.m. puck drop that's taken its time getting there today. That much is for sure. It's been interesting to obviously see the Oilers fans in the stands here for this hockey game this afternoon. And the anthem singer bringing home the anthem as we speak. And friends, we are fired up for this one this afternoon. The Edmonton Oilers, the Arizona Coyotes, live from Tempe, Arizona, as the Oilers look forward to getting this game off to a hot start at Mullet Arena. Lots of people mulling around outside in Colorado Avalanche jerseys for some reason or another. And we'll see what the Oilers fans can do in this rink this afternoon. Kind of Chris Knobloch talking about how it's a little reminiscent of maybe a WHL barn. 24-12-1 record for Stuart Skinner, 256 goals against average, and a .906 save percentage this season. So Stewie's definitely looking for a big night here this afternoon to try and bring those numbers up and down a little bit. Matt Violata basically getting his first official start in the NHL. He's had a relief appearance, had a pretty good season in the AHL this year, and of course as well he's been drafted ahead of Stuart Skinner in 2017. As the face-off down at center ice, Evander Kane's going to win it forward, and he's going to get to the attack almost immediately. Looking back to the blue line, the Oilers fire the first shot, deflects right through off of Villotta in the crease, bounce to the near side corner. That's working there. Zach Hyman allowing Evander Kane to run along the end wall, ran into the referee. The Coyotes player kind of threw him along the boards as well. And here's Darnell Nurse out to fish this puck out from behind the net. in his own zone as the Coyotes pick it up. This camera angle is absolutely awful as Dumba at the blue line will play down to the near side boards, allowing Cooley to spin off the puck, and the Oilers force it out of the zone, flip back into Arizona Coyotes territory. It's Matthias Janmark taking place on the third line this afternoon as well, friends, just in case you didn't know, as the Oilers get going back the other way defensively as the Coyotes try to cross the blue line. Nice pick off there by one. Leon Draisaitl fired back in by the Coyotes all the way down. Out to play to Stuart Skinner. Skinner will look to the near side for a safe play to Ekholm. Nice play now to Draisaitl, who tries to backhand this past Coyotes player. Standing still is Bouchard, but allowing himself to get to the far side boards to pick up that puck first. The Coyotes, though, hungry to it, able to make a pass through the middle, and this almost looks like you're watching a junior game, literally how the camera's angled. Save made by Stuart Skinner, and this one will go back up across into the skates of Ekholm. He'll fire it in on the gather, bounces right in front. The Oilers just barely missed scoring a goal, and Velada is able to cover up the puck. The Oilers just about were able to cash a weird bounce off the boards into the back of the net as Velada came out to play that puck and was caught. And Connor McDavid can't believe he didn't bury that one there, as he's sitting there saying, let's just get this going here, friends. So I think we might have drawn a power play as well. As this one off the face-off here, it looks like the Oilers are showing some highlights of the Evander Kane line doing its work, as Hyman got a good tip down in front, and then McDavid was hooked up on that play. That's why he couldn't push that puck home, and the Coyotes player goes down, jumping over top of the goaltender. So Connor McDavid and company will get to the attack here as Nick Bukestad takes a high sticking penalty. Now number 17 for the Arizona Coyotes. So Bukestad, former Edmonton Oiler, former Arizona Coyote, now an Arizona Coyote again. That just seems to be the way it goes, and the Oilers will pick him up once more. Here's Nugent Hopkins, the first shot of the game, fired up over top of the net, off of Velada, near side pass by the Oilers, and it looks like the Oilers absolutely have the Coyotes here dead to rights in this hockey game, just the way the body language of the Coyotes was to coming out on that penalty kill. If the Oilers score here, it should be an easy time to get lots of goals up on the scoreboard. So the Oilers dump it back to McDavid now. He's gathering speed through the neutral zone across the blue line, plays off to Nugent Hopkins, board bounce back to Bouchard, far side over to the Draisaitl, back down low. Now here's Draisaitl coming in, shot fire, scores! Leon Draisaitl, just like that, top shelf on Velada walking down the right wing. No problemo, just like I said, the Oilers, I could smell it coming, find the goal department on the power play. They get two shots, one that's a goal, and just like that, 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the game, the Edmonton Oilers are up by a score. And this one, just a beautiful play there by Draisaitl, just tucks it right up over top of the shoulder of one Velada, and that's just a beauty of a shot there. Well, I mean, still a sniper's kind of scoring goal for Leon Draisaitl. In tight, puts it over the shoulder, and emphatically the Oilers take a 1-0 lead. And of course, you can see it right out of the face-off for the Coyotes defensively on the draw in their own zone. They just didn't look like they were going to be able to survive the Oilers' first power play of the game. They did not. Face-off at center ice. McLeod wins it back. And here's Brett Kulak firing it down. I know the Coyotes are on like a 4-13 skid here over the past little bit, so it'll be interesting to see if the Oilers are able to extend that even further and make the woes even worse. Draisaitl now up to 27 goals on the season. McDavid down at 61 assists. And how about Bouchard after a 2-point performance or 2-goal performance? Another assist here, his 37th of the season. So I think that puts him at 50 points on the year. And the Edmonton Oilers having a 50-point defenseman at this point of the year is pretty dang exciting to me, as Janmark plays it down low to Fogle, tried to bounce it off the end of the boards there, didn't work out. The Coyotes able to grab this one and regather here, as it'll be Fogle stripping them. Fogle cutting in the middle. Oh, just shooting it through the crease was Warren Fogle, as Kulak plays it back down low. Looking for a nice play there is Ryan McLeod back to the point. Kulak whips it across to Desharnais, and then Desharnais has his pocket picked on a bad bounce. Kulak hustling back, able to swat it away from the Coyotes. Their first odd man chance of the game. You know the Oilers defense will always bleed those unsuccessful, as Kulak a nice rangy play to get back. Here's Holloway flying up the ice across the line. There's Gagner with the puck. The shot fired, save made by Velada. And that was 3 Oilers attacking the net on a quick transition back after a good safe play by Kulak to get back, and I mean, he realized it immediately, started getting moving, and was able to kind of get to a puck that had overskated one of the Arizona Coyotes there, as I think that is Hayden, yeah, that overskated the puck past himself. So 2 assists, 8 shots, 6 hits in his last 5 games for Brett Kulak, who might be heating up. Again, Kulak is a second half player and a playoff player for the Edmonton Oilers here over the course of his career. As this one's Cody Ceci over to Darnell Nurse off the face-off win. Puck goes down into the slot. The Oilers, I assume, are going to play the bottom 3 lines quite heavily here throughout the first period, so long as they hold the lead, looking for those guys to get the next one here as the 4th line continues its shift. And 16:10 to go in this first period. Puck bounced off the glass and out of the zone by the Coyotes. This college angle is just awful, by the way. But here's now Holloway loading up. He's going to fire the shot. Save made by Velada, forcing it just wide. Derek Ryan drives it into the crease. Rebound in front. Scramble in front of the net now. And Derek Ryan's drawing an exception from one of the Arizona Coyotes players saying, "Get out of my blue paint." And we are only 4 minutes into this hockey game. And Derek Ryan's goating this guy on, saying, "Come on, let's go. Let's maybe drop the gloves some point, eh?" As that was a good little crash to the crease there by one Derek Ryan. You like to see that. 15:54 to go here in this first period of play. The Oilers have 4 shots. Coyotes have only the 1. So, Draisaitl will take the face off, and it is going to be won back by the Coyotes off the stick of Connor McDavid. Back the other way. Bukestad fires, scores. That's why I like Nick Bukestad. And like I said, I thought the Oilers would be rolling the bottom 3 lines. Instead, the top line takes an offensive face-off, loses it in the offensive zone, comes back and ends up in the back of the net. That's kind of been the issue for the Oilers and Connor McDavid's line here over the past little bit. And Bouchard really didn't do much wrong there. I mean, Stuart Skinner never set up to face that puck from Bukestad and just left him a whole half of the net wide open. I think it even went off the side of his mask and into the back of the net for the Arizona Coyotes. So a tough goal against. Like I said, I thought the Oilers would just come out of that power play and hopefully bury the Coyotes. That was the feeling I had with a rookie goalie in net. Didn't feel like it was going to be one of those games, but here all of a sudden, the Coyotes have tied the hockey game here, and now Ekholm's going to play this one down for Kane, firing it into the offensive zone. Bukestad's 11th goal this season, so not a bad goal for him, as Krause and Dumba draw assists. And now I think the Oilers have taken a tripping call as well. Puck played to the middle. Nope, the Oilers are going to get away with the call, so there we go. This one comes to the near side corner for the Coyotes, back to the middle of the ice. The shot fired, save made in front by the blocked shot in front, and the Oilers will look to make this clear happen. And I can't get my nose to stop itching as the shot fired just wide there by the Coyotes. Dursey at the point here now with the puck. He'll drift it down low. The Coyotes again, another opportunity to shoot the puck, pass to the far side, and it is going to hop just over the side of the net, and this is allowing the Coyotes still certified pressure in the offensive zone. Puck to the middle, cut off there, and Nugent Hopkins will pass to the outside for Hyman. Hyman will gear down and get right past one of the Arizona Coyotes players. Kane crashing along the end wall will try and play that puck there. 14.5 to go, played back to the point. Now playing it over is Desharnais. Kulak's looking to load the shot. He does. It bounces up over top off of a Coyotes defender. This comes back down low behind the net. Here's McLeod looking for options, looking for Fogle. Can't force the pass through. McLeod will quickly regather the puck and allow that Matthias Janmark to fire it in off the stick of Velada. And that will be continuing to play along the far side corner. Really hard to see the puck in those tough angles regularly on a broadcast. And of course those dashboards look like they're going to give me some nightmares, as well as the shot fired by Kulak ends up in the back of the net. And Kulak has just fired one through traffic. I don't know if it hit Janmark, and I don't know if this one's going to stand, but Kulak winds it up a wrister from the point. And what a good looking shot there. You don't mind that at all for the Oilers, and I think Janmark might have been the guy to score the goal. Some young fans in attendance clapping along for that one, and this one just goes right through, and Janmark might have tipped that one there for the Oilers in front as it goes off of Janmark or somebody else in front and back of the net. So huge goal for the Edmonton Oilers there. And now with 13:53 to go, Brett Kulak has had two important plays for the Oilers to start this hockey game. And now Connor McDavid will get things going here. And just give me a brief moment here, friends. Oi. Just had to blow my nose there, friends. That was annoying me quite heavily, but looks like we might have taken care of the situation now, so we should be good to go. The Edmonton Oilers take the 2-1 lead on Draisaitl and Janmark's goals to start this hockey game. So, liking everything here so far from the Edmonton Oilers against the Arizona Coyotes. An icing call here against the Oilers. They'll back down into behind the net off the face-off win. Thankfully, we've been pretty good on the defensive zone draws, and now this one across. Draisaitl playing it. Here's Nurse loading up the shot. Blocked in front by the Coyotes. That was a good-looking shot for the Oilers. McDavid gathers, plays it back to Nurse. Near side in his own zone. Nurse will bounce it off the boards here. And that'll allow the Oilers to turn that puck over to Schmaltz, but he will be offside at the blue line. The Oilers definitely didn't give up, thankfully, after that first goal against. And now we'll see what they can do here on this one. But I don't know what I did here to itch my nose so bad, but something is driving me very nuts. And Pringle, thoughts on an Oilers Cup this season? I'll tell you, just simply hoping it happens. That's the end of the day. We've been going through the same process how long now? At some point, it's either got to happen or else you move on. And I think this season is one of those years we got to see it happen. So hoping for it quite heavily. And we'll see what happens. As Northern Farm Girl, welcome in as well. Glad to have you aboard this afternoon. As the Oilers obviously so far not giving us too much to complain about. Again, that tough goal against there that Stuart Skinner never set up for. That's going to hurt you every game if you give up lots of those. But thankfully right now, as it currently stands, the Oilers have the, of course, 1-goal lead, and hopefully just keep that adding it on there. Ahmed, welcome in as well as we continue to see commercials on the television set right now, waiting for things to get fired back up here for this Oilers game in a few matter of moments. I think right now, as it seems to, I'm looking forward to the Oilers really having a good, productive hockey game today against the productive hockey game against the Arizona Coyotes, I'll tell you that much. Jim, welcome in as we are getting things fired up for what should be a pretty good hockey game this afternoon, one would assume. I at least hope so. As Evan Bouchard still sporting that mark on his cheek there. And I think today's the day we're going to see all the family photos from over the course of everybody's careers, getting them to this point. And you see here right now, the Oilers doing their stuff so far. As the face-off will be for Dylan Holloway. And this will be worked back to Kulak there. Then Vinny Desharnais will have a chance to pass through the middle. Oilers back to the attack here, dumping it down to Velada. Oilers seal the wall. That creates traffic in the Coyotes zone, but they're able to lift back the other way. This will be tapped up by the Oilers and picked up by the Coyotes in behind their own net again. This camera angle is absolutely awful, I must say. As gone in, we'll see this one played around to the near side and picked up there by Derek Ryan as Holloway works down low again, and the Oilers just given the Coyotes fits with this fourth line today. You like to see that. That's good news for us as this one comes down to Stuart Skinner, who will leave it for Desharnais. Desharnais plays it across to Kulak, picked up now and played to the near side for Holloway, who chips in. It'll go off the end boards, played by Velada again. Both goalies have been rather active in this hockey game, playing the puck so far through the first 7.5, and the Coyotes are able to transition Back the other way. Nice save made by Stuart Skinner. And now the Oilers will play this one up into the middle of the ice. That one never actually got out. Puck played to the middle. Doesn't work out. And that will be Cooley playing along the far side wall as Bouchard comes back. And this will be picked up by Hyman battling for it. And Nugent Hopkins able to come away. It's tipped up off his stick. Hyman follows up though. Not offside as he continues to take 3 Coyotes into the corner with him. Jersey with the puck here in this game obviously is moving along, but this camera angle is absolutely just messing with my eyes here as this one comes down low into the Coyotes zone again. As the Coyotes far side looking to make this play. It looks like Kesselring is on the ice for the Arizona Coyotes, former Edmonton Oiler, the guy that we traded one Nick Bukestad for. So 11:20 to go in this first period as this will go all the way back down low into the Coyotes zone again. 5-2 the shots on goal. That's an awful camera angle. This has been tough, friends. This has been absolutely painful on the eyes trying to understand what's going on. I'll tell you that much as this will be down low into the Oilers zone again. This game's starting to slow down a bit here in the middle part of this first period. We're only in the first period. Face off now for Ryan McLeod to the right of Stuart Skinner. Picked up by Darnell Nurse. He'll brim around the near side boards. This will be picked up now by the Oilers down low into the neutral zone on the Coyotes side of the ice. And the Coyotes quickly gather it back up, look for a D-to-D pass, look to make one more as they're just trying to avoid Matthias Janmark. They missed the pass though almost entirely. Thankfully a quick outlet and the Coyotes back the other way. Shot through the middle, save made by Skinner. And nice play by the Oilers to crash the man into the post and take the net off and get the whistle. Stuart Skinner able to avoid the worst of it there as well. So that's huge for us with 10:51 to go here in this first period of play. 2-1 the score for the Oilers. Lots of Oilers fans in attendance as well. You like to see that. Now we'll see what the Oilers can do with this back half of the first period so far. Remaining in this one right now as we go here, friends. I'm just trying to figure this out. And yeah, we're looking all right so far. We're looking all right. 10:51 to go in this first period. Yellow welcome in as well. Cut down by Kulak in his own zone. That allows Draisaitl to pick up back the other way. He'll get back to the point. Look for a backhand. Instead, turn it over, and the Oilers have to get back defensively almost immediately. Nice play by the Coyotes to maintain possession. Fire a shot towards the net. Perry's going to bump along the wall, disrupt the man, and he's lost his stick, so he's taking his time as he's getting sticked up there by the Arizona Coyotes attacker. And this is going to be McDavid leaving it for Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking, shields off one man, plays down low. Derek Ryan out there to help assist the top line players, the dynamic duo, I guess you could say, of Draisaitl and McDavid. They take a seat on the bench now as the Coyotes are 0-9 in their last 9 games. 0-8-1 correctly, but 0-9, no wins in their last 9 as this one played to the far side. 9:52 to go. The shot fired up and over top of the net near side. It comes out of the zone, and my eyes are just heavy and hurting, friends. It's normally where I'd throw on the glasses, but unfortunately those got eaten up by the animals here the other day. So this one picked up now by the Coyotes across the line, and a man falls offside trying to stay onside. Bukestad somehow onside the play, never whistled down. Everybody had stopped. Coyotes got to a good shooting position, and Holloway fires up to center ice as this is going to allow the Oilers to try and get something going here. Instead, the Coyotes fire an absolute beauty of a pass as they just fire right over top of the net as well. On that one, Holloway throws a heavy hit along the boards. Maybe this one's going to start picking up here in the next little bit. 9:07 to go in this first period of play. Somebody just ate a high stick, but that was Bouchard. And Bouchard will look to play this puck out right through the middle of the ice in front of his own net. Coyotes quickly swallow on it to the far side boards, pushing the Oilers to defend a little bit in front as Nurse tips this one to the near side boards. And this one's just all kinds of disoriented here on this shift from the Edmonton Oilers. As that will be Kane trying to play this puck. He'll flip it up through the middle of the ice, turning it down in front of Velada as the Coyotes come out to play this puck and look to get things started. Vlada looks to be not that big of a goaltender overall, like just not body size wise, but again, don't know what the full specs on him are as the Oilers see this icing call against the Arizona Coyotes. So just like that, friends, we played just about 12 and a half minutes of this hockey game, and the Oilers really don't have anything much to say in this hockey game outside of what's been not much to report other than a 2-1 lead. And Stuart Skinner, a beautiful save there on that shot right in front of the net. That was a huge save for Stuart Skinner and the Edmonton Oilers. And this one will be picked up by Leon Draisaitl. 1 goal, 6 shots yesterday for Lawson Krause's 100th goal in the NHL. This one comes to the near side corner, and this will allow the Coyotes to escape as the Oilers lose another offensive draw. And this is going to be Darnell Nurse retreating in behind his own net into the near side corner. Oilers pick up, and Draisaitl will play across, picked up now by Ceci to the far side. Backhanding it down low was Perry right on net. Good looking little sneaky shot there from Corey Perry as he'll gather in behind the net, try to leave on for the Oilers as Cody Ceci comes crashing into the corner, sends the man to the ice. And this good little pickup of the action here from the Oilers in the offensive zone. Ceci's jammed against the wall. McDavid comes in to support. 3 guys on the puck. Draisaitl gets dumped, and Draisaitl's going to go right back at his guy and cross-check him one more time as the Oilers will drift this one on net. Nice tip play there by Draisaitl as Draisaitl's taken down to the ice, and you got to think there's going to be a penalty here, or at least some roughing calls to both Moser and Draisaitl, as Dumba's also mixing it up there. Not sure who's involved at all with this one, but a little bit of a mess in front there. Draisaitl took exception to being pushed around, and Matt Dumba will head to the box here for the Arizona Coyotes. This could be a huge turning point if the Oilers end up on the power play here and are able to throw it in the back of the net. It could be a huge get for us, and obviously what would be a 3-1 lead as well on the power play. So we'll see what happens here, friends. But just to update you on the watch time right now as we continue along on the live stream, Big Tuna welcome in as well as we go here. So far so good, 41.37 hours on the stream here this afternoon, so we're closing in on obviously that 50-hour mark here so far through this period's first 12 and a half minutes, I guess. And friends, if you are new to the channel right now, I will throw an ad out for myself just to say, if you are new, I'd like to have you hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. I know we just crossed 15,100 last live stream. We're looking to do that again here tonight, closing in on obviously what would be a pretty good start to February and start to the year as we've crossed 15,000 again, and looking to fire up what could be 20,000 by the end of the playoffs. So there you go. There's my sales pitch for you. But the Oilers obviously need to get to work here on this power play and get the job done here this afternoon, as we'll see what the Oilers have in store for us. That's the big thing, is power play looked good on that first one. Now we're going to look good on this second one. Cash in a second time over. Can't waste this opportunity here that we have to really put this game possibly to bed against the Arizona Coyotes, who are not averaging more than 3 goals a game this season. It was Matthias Janmark from Brett Kulak and Vinny Desharnais, the official scoring on the goal for Janmark's second of the year. Kulak and Desharnais 6th assist, 8th assist, and then, like I said, Bouchard drawing assist number 37 of the season. That one's pretty important. And Dumba takes what appears to be, Dumba takes a slash right in the groin area of Mr. Leon Draisaitl. That's what indeed drew the penalty, as that was just a nasty little whack there. You don't like to see that at all for anybody in the NHL, and it's dangerous for sure. So see what the Oilers can do with the 1-for-1 on the power play so far. As Draisaitl baited a penalty just by not backing down to the Arizona Coyotes defense. And this one now a near side pass. The Oilers trying to force one through. Draisaitl looking for an opportunity to Nugent Hopkins. Now Draisaitl back to Nuge. They're just working around the defense here, no problemo. And here's Bouchard back to Nugent Hopkins. The shot fired up off the crossbar or else the shoulder of Velada, and it'll come back the other way, dumped down low into the Oilers zone. They'll reset the attack here for a brief moment as McDavid guns up through the neutral zone. He's across the blue line. He shakes off a defender right to the middle of the ice. That one goes to the far side for Drysdale. Drysdale down low past the near side boards for Nugent Hopkins. This power play maybe not as dangerous looking as that first one. The Coyotes kind of seem to look like they care to make the plays here. Pass right in front. Hyman can't direct it home. Buck 10 to go in this power play as the Oilers continue to attack here, and Drysdale over to the far side for McDavid. McDavid looking to play this one along the boards. It'll be Drysdale able to do it, and then McDavid takes an extra shove as here's Nugent Hopkins. The shot fired, save made right there. Now this one picked up by Bouchard. He's looking to make this play off the blue line. He'll look to dance over to Nugent Hopkins. Now back to McDavid. McDavid looking back to Nuge, far side to Drysdale. Looking to tee up Bouchard, who's being watched well by the Coyotes. Back to the point now. Here's Bouchard over to McDavid. McDavid looking across for Drysdale. Couldn't get it. And that will do it for that power play for the Oilers, probably more or less, as they just dangerously throw it right in front of the bench. Thankfully, 3 guys back. Stuart Skinner forced to make a save in which the Oilers almost took a too many men on the power play. 5:43 to go here in this first period of play. Puck looking, they're going to play it across the blue line. Not watching was one of the Oilers' far side. Puck played now to Ekholm on the near side blue line in the Arizona zone. And this camera angle is absolutely just awful, friends. That's really all I can tell you about it, to be honest with you. 5:24 to go here in this first period of play. Puck played up for Evander Kane. He'll go across to the far side. The Oilers onto the attack here, and Kane will drift this one down low. And that was a useless power play for the Edmonton Oilers, unless they just continue to run around the Coyotes in their own zone. Is hustling down here into the corner is Darnell Nurse on the defensive pinch here to get the offense continued. It's not going to work out though, as the Coyotes are. Actually, it will work out, as a nice play by Janmark. Kept it onside for a brief moment more, and now here's McLeod looking to play this puck right in front of the net, and the Oilers will bounce out of the zone, play it off to Janmark, over to Holloway, back to Janmark. Here's Janmark looking across. This would be the kind of game that Janmark gets 2 goals in. Of course, we're all questioning him, and then he's able to spurt off for a couple, as this one's now the Coyotes. Clayton Keller fires the shot, save made by Stuart Skinner, and the Edmonton Oilers will swallow that one up to stop play here late in this first period. So you like to see that right there. Is a good shot for the Oilers off the bars, or off the posts and out. Good looking shot from Nugent Hopkins, just couldn't bury it back in the net across the line, unfortunately. And that will leave us where we are right now, friends, as the Oilers look to continue things along here this afternoon. Obviously a long thing to go here so far in this first period, as we're only up 2-1 and we got to be up 3-1 by the end of this hockey game. Magic Daniel, welcome aboard, as we are waiting for this Oilers team to go out there and really truly get this hockey game going in a good direction. It's been a tough start so far for the Oilers in terms of keeping momentum and building momentum and all that, but they haven't given up yet, so it is where we're at. But yes, Connor Brown is a scratch today for the Edmonton Oilers, so you don't mind that at all. Obviously a different look for the Oilers lineup without Connor Brown in there. Matthias Janmark's already scored a goal for us, so just like that, you've got some depth scoring. You've got 3 guys that don't have 10s in the column when they get those points, whether it be assists or goals, combining 4 points on the Matthias Janmark goal. Brett Kulak's 6th assist, and Vinny Desharnais' 8th assist as well. So you love to see that so far right now. So hopefully for the Oilers, they can figure out how to score that 3rd goal of the period, and then we should be good to go for the 2nd and into obviously the 3rd to clamp down and finish this hockey game off. There's really not much to report so far through one period of play right now as it stands, because it's been kind of been one of those situations where the Oilers haven't really found the way to get to the back of the net more than twice this hockey game, in which the Oilers need to definitely find the back of the net a couple more times. Like 4-1 by the end of this period would be absolutely beautiful. Like, here's the thing, I'm just kind of lost. There's really not much to talk about when it comes to this hockey game so far, because it's the Arizona Coyotes. They're not going to give you much to talk about overall, as here's Desharnais drifting it off the boards, and this is going to be picked up by Zach Hyman playing it down low in behind the Coyotes net. Now Kane will play along the boards. The Coyotes able to quickly transition out, but Kulak able to cut it off just nearly at the blue line there. And here's Hyman playing this puck along the wall, looking for Nugent Hopkins. Nuge will go to backhand along the boards, cut off there by Keller. Keller tries to spin off of Nugent Hopkins, can't do it. Now comes back to the blue line, and the Coyotes escape the zone as this is going to be fired off the glass down low into the Oilers' end. As Kulak's taken along the boards, and this is Desharnais looking to make the play, and this will be fired up off the glass and over everybody as it comes on down low into the Coyotes' end once more, as 3 and 4 hook up to make the play in behind the goaltender for the Coyotes, as they are 4-13-2 in their last 19 games. They are off for a rough little stretch here. Bjugstad in to the Oilers' zone, kind of runs into the referee there as Bouchard chips it to Matthias Ekholm. Shot wired on net as Perry blocks it, but immediately puts it on the tape of the only Coyote standing in the neutral zone. Here's McDavid picking it up, looking to make the play across the line. Here's Perry looking to make the play down low to McDavid. Shot fired off the side of the post and out again. McDavid's having one of those games that would appear as this Bouchard dancing around the defender, looking to get down low. He'll turn back to the blue line. Bouchard very mobile in the offensive zone, but instead turns over that puck high and able to recover defensively to make that one happen. As across the line, here's Drysdale getting the top line back to work down low in the Coyotes' end. He'll work to the near side corner, reverse around to the far side corner. Shot fired in front. McDavid plays it back for Bouchard. He'll rip the shot down low to Drysdale instead of actually taking the shot. Looked like he was about to rip it, but didn't do it, and then Perry gets absolutely buried by a Coyote, and then McDavid makes sure his old buddy Bjugstad feels that he's there, throws a big hit on him, as the Oilers will make the defensive changes here with 2:16 to go in this first period of play. Flipped up by the Oilers into the offensive zone. Holloway will try and tap around Valimaki, as it'll be nicely played by Derek Ryan to spell the puck off Valimaki, as this one comes back to the far side. Shot fired, misses everything in front, and it comes back to the near side boards now as Gagner tries to play this puck. Coyotes back the other way, looking to lift over. Glove hand pass by the Oilers, as that will be whistled down. Can't exactly do that. It was a good way to stop the play, but the Oilers will obviously take the penalty of the face-off, likely being in their own zone. As here's McDavid, the nice play there to try and put it right into the back of the net, and McDavid's frustrated that he missed that one. A tough, sharp angle, but one that he normally scores from, with Velada not looking sharp at all in the net, and McDavid just put it 3 inches off the far side post. 15 points, 9 goals in the last 6 games against the Arizona Coyotes for Connor McDavid, as this puck comes down low into the near side corner in the Oilers' end off the face-off. Janmark gets dumped. Here's McLeod taking steam up the ice, and now picking up is Ceci looking to pass that puck. Can't do it. $1:35 to go in this first period of play. The Coyotes across the line tip it down onto the tape of Darnell Nurse. He'll reverse off the boards to Ceci. Can't do it. Now the Oilers pick this puck up for back into the offensive zone. $1:20 to go here in this first period play as the Oilers continue to roll around and now look to cut this one off high. Here's Fogle, the shot fired up over top of the shoulder glove area of Velada, and now McLeod with the puck will play it down to Nurse. Nurse spins off the check, looks right in front for maybe a bounce to Fogle, couldn't buy it, and the Oilers just kind of casually playing down the clock here in this first period of play. Not a bad first period, but obviously not the greatest first period either for the Edmonton Oilers so far. 50 seconds to go right now in the first as they lead the Coyotes 2-1, and this one lifted back to the neutral zone, and this camera angle and all this movement on the ice is just tough to watch. I'm sure if you're watching back home right now, you know how tough it's been to watch here. So this one will play for the Oilers for Nugent Hopkins to spin around in his own zone, pass to the near side neutral for Kane. He'll take 2 bumps going into the offensive zone, knocked down to both knees there as he slid across the blue line, and allows him to get in late into the party along the end wall. Nugent Hopkins the benefactor of that one, as here's Nuge rolling to the top point. Kulak fires the shot, drifts in front for a tip, but couldn't buy one from either Hyman or Kane, and this will be ripped in by the Coyotes in on net, and it'll go up and out of play with a 1.1 seconds on the clock here, and we'll have the face-off in the Oilers zone. So, you know, Skinner would have liked to keep that one in the playing area for the face-off, as that was Fogle just missing that puck over top, as that was a good-looking shot actually off the crossbar there. So the Oilers have hit 3 or 4 posts this game, at least 3, that have kind of bit them back in terms of the goal-scoring column, as Draisaitl out to take the face-off here with 1.1 seconds to go. The Coyotes have the net empty with 1.1. This is something we've started seeing a lot more of in the NHL lately. And this will be a face-off for the Oilers with 1.5 seconds to go, as this will be won back by Bukestad. The shot fired, save made by Skinner through traffic, and the horn will sound, and that will do it for the first period of play. Friends, thank you so much for being aboard here so far through this hockey game. Appreciate you hanging out with me. It's been a tough hockey game so far. Like I said, the camera angle is absolutely screwing my eyes. I need to go grab a local quick snack. Obviously, haven't eaten much today. Did a lot of driving around town, and got home just in time to get this live stream fired up. So I'll be right back, friends. Make sure to keep hanging out. Just put me on mute and go do your stuff, and we'll catch you in about 3 minutes time here for the first period intermission. All right, friends, let's do this here. We got the first intermission coming on up. Oh, that's the scoreboard. No, don't need that. We need this. So, we got the Oilers rolling along for what is a intermission time here for the game. We'll see what happens here, but yeah, Carolyn Cameron getting things going on the desk right now, as the Oilers had a lackluster first period against the Coyotes. I think he can't be too upset that we scored 2 goals. The 1 goal against he can be upset with, and secondarily as well with that. Just the overall kind of structure of the game was not the greatest from the Oilers. If it ain't the Coyotes, you're probably losing this one 3-2, 4-2 after the first period play if you even have any goals on the board. So tough watch so far for us, but the Minnesota Wild look to be doing some favors for us here as they went heavy and hard at the Vancouver Canucks and just drifted some goals home, a bunch of them. Wow, that's 8 goals on the Vancouver Canucks in the year 2024. That's absolute insanity. 10-7 was the final. Oh my goodness, that's goal scoring right there. If we get 17 goals against the Arizona Coyotes today, I mean, I don't care how it happens as long as we win that hockey, and that is a lot of goal scoring on a family day Monday. Somebody was taking the day off, that's for sure. As both goalies got lit up, I'm sure, for both teams. I'm a little stunned to see that, to be honest with you. As we roll along here, friends, we're at 65 hours watched on the stream so far, so obviously we're rolling along here this afternoon as it looks like Sean Monahan might have had a hat trick to do for the Winnipeg Jets. And this is an opportunity for the Oilers to possibly get things going as David welcome in. As we are rolling along here this afternoon into obviously the intermission, the highlights, everything. Toronto and St. Louis was a matchup today, and they were having an interesting game there as well, as St. Louis in the conversation for the playoff spots. And you look at just how it all handles together for the Oilers. A win for the Maple Leafs allows them to gain traction on the St. Louis Blues again, kind of gain ground that way. And then the Boston Bruins getting things going against the Dallas Stars. That's a huge victory if Boston's able to win this one. Unfortunately, it went to a shootout, 9-round shootout. Just a wild day of hockey all across the board by the looks of it today. And then Dallas trying to win this one, unable to. Yeah, that's a good save there by Swayman. So the Bruins were able to win 4-3 in a shootout. Kraken and Red Wings. It's another big game for the Oilers as well, as the Kraken need to be losing this hockey game. Red Wings can win, and that doesn't have any effect on us. Unfortunately, it's 1-1 between the Red Wings and Kraken in the second period, so that's kind of tough to see, but I'm sure we'll figure out a way to kind of combat that here by hopefully winning this afternoon ourselves. So see what the Oilers have in store for us down the stretch here, friends. We'll go to the scoring summary here in a brief moment. Leon Draisaitl from Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard. McDavid's 61st assist, Bouchard's 37th. That's big numbers. Leon Draisaitl's 27th of the season as well. Nick Bjugstad immediately answered back. It felt like just over 2 minutes and 3 seconds later. His 11th of the year. Lawson Krause's 11th assist and Matt Dumba's 5th assist. So again, you look at those guys. Those are big key pieces of the Arizona Coyotes. Bjugstad, yeah, he only has 11 goals, but again, that's a guy that we count on as a fourth line forward in Edmonton Oilers territory, whereas in Arizona, I know he's counted to be on a little bit more than that. Lawson Krause only having 11 assists kind of shocks me. He might have been injured, who knows. And Matt Dumba only having 5 assists as well kind of shocks me. But Arizona's having one of those seasons this year. Matthias Janmark's second goal of the season. Again, that's just as shocking as anything else. Brett Kulak's 6th assist and Vinny Desharnais' 8th assist as well allows us to kind of get where we need to be in this first period intermission, up by 1 goal all told. And now we go into the second looking to see the Oilers hopefully fire off a bunch of goals here in Vivek. When it comes to letting Bjugstad walk, it's the same thing as Klim Kostin. He demanded $2 million. Well, you ain't paying $2 million for your fourth line players, right? The Oilers don't have that luxury right now, and that is why Nick Bjugstad is back in Arizona. And I think too, the Oilers, if they were going to pay him anything, we're looking for just 1 year term as opposed to 2 years, and he kind of went and secured the bag for 2 years down in Arizona. That said, the Oilers could very well get some retention going and probably see Nick Bjugstad back in Edmonton for half as much as we're thinking. And again, when you say, well, they shouldn't have signed Ryan McLeod or whatever, Ryan McLeod's much more important long-term to the Oilers' success than one Nick Bjugstad at this point, when Bjugstad's definitely a guy you can just always find one of at the trade deadline. So that's where we're at. So We are rolling along here this afternoon. I think I might be done after the second period of play if the Oilers don't give us too much to scream and shout about here in this second. Just knowing that I need to get these heavy eyes some rest. Not a good sleep last night. Just kind of one of those nights where the eyes never really fully closed and kind of fought it the whole night. And obviously it's getting lighter out earlier, so the eyes kind of also wake up a little bit more early than they were here over the past few months down here in southern Alberta. December, January, very cold, very dark months here usually in southern Alberta. So we've got the EOCF 50-50 advertisement here for Every Kid Deserves a Shot, I think is what we're doing right now on the 50-50s. And friends, if there's anything to report, I would tell you as well, go check out the pinned chat at the top of the chat right now that says Trade Talk. It's the video from last night talking about two targets I'd like to see the Oilers possibly be linked to, if not acquire at the trade deadline, in Ryan O'Reilly and Oliver Bjorkstrand. Both guys that I think the Oilers could benefit from having in the lineup come playoff time. So we'll see what happens here, but as we continue along, friends, the Oilers rolling into this second period coming up soon, and we just look here right now to see what we got going on Twitter, as we've got nothing really to report. 10 goals obviously for the Minnesota Wild today. That's absolutely unreal. 10-7 over top of the Vancouver Canucks is just wild. And let's see where we got going here is we are rolling along here, friends, as we continue to see the Oilers just navigate this intermission. Again, I'm tired. I'm absolutely dying here today, to actually be honest with you, friends. Just never really woke up today, but we'll battle through. Logan, good afternoon, and continue along here to say hello to Patrick, who mentions the Flames want a first-round pick for Chris Tanev. I believe the reporting as well was that nobody stepped up to offer that first-rounder to the Calgary Flames, so that's the big thing. I think the old Flames have a lot to battle to try and get that first round pick for Chris Tanev, because again, I think if you're getting a first round pick, you're eating half his salary, which I don't know if that's going to be the case here for the Calgary Flames. Again, we'll see obviously what happens, but that's where we're at right now, is the Oilers and Coyotes trying to get things started for the second period. I'm just itching to get this hockey game up and done with. The guy wants a nap bad, friends. So we got time to kill on the clock, obviously, before things truly get started for this hockey game here today. Obviously, it's only a 2-1 game so far. The Oilers need to find a way to get on the board here early in the second period and try to find a way to be up 3-1. That'd be ideal if they could do that. Not much is for sure. But I don't know what else to say, friends. Again, I'll recap the goal scoring. This has just been a game that really hasn't done much for me, and obviously the eyes are hurting because of this camera angle. We're watching the game from Admiral Arena. Again, just embarrassing the Arizona Coyotes game in, game out, continue to play at that rink, but end of the day, I guess what's to say about the Arizona Coyotes situation. Everybody's an expert and nobody's got an answer. As Drysdale and Janmark have the goals for the Oilers, Bjugstad the goal for the, well, you would tell it, the goal for the Arizona Coyotes. So we'll see what happens here. But how many people play fantasy hockey? Yeah, I know I gave up on the old fantasy hockey this season because it was just not my jam, I guess you could say. And that's where we're at. Lyle, you love the Turtle Island logo for the jersey. Yeah, the Turtle Island logo is just absolutely fantastic, and if we can find a way to slap it on one of these bad boys for actual in-game jerseys, that would be absolutely fantastic for the Oilers. And no matter what, I don't think Chris Tanev is worth a first-round pick. And when it comes to the old Oilers 2025 first-rounder being in play also, again, that's only if you don't trade the 2024 pick. I don't see the value in continuing to trade away draft picks here, as Leon and Connor have to sign new deals, and we're going to need to start getting more top-end talent in the lineup for cheap. So it's kind of the problem the Oilers were in. We don't really have the cupboards full down in Bakersfield, and the guys that need to be developing are kind of continuing to get injured. So it's been a tough situation for the Oilers, but we'd like to see that all change here rather quick for sure. So that's where we're at right now, and yeah, that's where we're at, is in this first intermission, kind of struggling to get through. Hopefully find some food here, maybe crack some eggs in the second intermission, get fired up, watch the third, do the post game, go have a nap. I think that might be the plan here, friends, is we'll try and suffer through this second period, as long as the Oilers don't make us suffer through it, and instead just be tired, and we'll see what happens here. But yeah, the Oilers need to come out with a big effort here in this second period play. That's about all I can tell you for sure. Is yeah, the Oilers, not really a huge effort so far through this hockey game. I think they had some big looks that they missed pucks going in the back of the net on, so if they can cash some opportunities here, we should be fine and dandy. But the Oilers, again, they got to cash the opportunities before they cost themselves too many opportunities again. So that's going to be the toughest part of this all as we continue along here this afternoon, friends. The Oilers just trying to get obviously everything squared away to get into this second intermission, and then see where we stand at the end of the day all told. As yeah, it's been a rough afternoon. Holiday Monday that really never got off the ground. It was kind of one of those mornings that for some reason I was wide awake right early on, and I really was able to recover early in this Holiday Monday. So we'll see kind of if that bodes well or not for tomorrow at work, let me tell you that. To recap that first period though, friends, 8-7 the shots for the Coyotes, 10-9 the hits for the Coyotes. The Oilers 1 for 2 on the power play, didn't take a penalty in that first. 3-2 the giveaways for the Oilers, and the Coyotes with 5 takeaways in that first period. Again, just kind of stripping the puck off the sticks of the Edmonton Oilers, and 5-4 of the block shots for the Oilers. So that period could have been much worse from an Oilers perspective. Thankfully, we're up 2-1, but like I said, we really need to go out there and just crush it off here to finish off these part of this hockey game. And again, just phones dinging random messages all day today. Alright. Nothing major there, friends. We should be good to go for this hockey game's second period, but it just seems like this one's dragging on this afternoon for some reason. So everything wants to take its time this afternoon, and hopefully the Oilers decide to not take their time in this second period and really show up in the goal scoring department. 4 or 5 goals in this second period would do a lot for the company morale, I'll tell you that much here, as we get things fired up, as Brian welcome in from Sylvan Lake once again, as the Oilers look to get things going this afternoon. And we will get the players back on the ice here, and we've got Gene Principe talking one more time before we get fired up. That's unusual. Okay, so some Oilers families or something were on the bench here. Okay, not really sure what was going on there. Gene Principe just doing one last report from ice level, trying to figure out what was going on with what he was reporting on, but we've got that all sorted out. Some young Oilers fans in the in attendance here today. I think this is a big family game, obviously, for Oilers fans that go south for a week or so in Arizona. A good chance to catch the Oilers in a building that's a little different than Rogers Place, I guess you could say, a little less intimidating for the families as well. as this is the Coyotes rolling around looking to get this off the opening face-off out of their own zone. Past the near side, here's Clayton Keller's wheeling and dealing across the blue line. He's going to fire down low, and that will appear to be an offside against Keller, so we'll have a stoppage and play just 22 seconds into this hockey game here this afternoon as the second period gets underway. 49 points this season, career high 86 last year for Clayton Keller, wearing the A now for the Arizona Coyotes. The face-off down, Hayton wins it back. Coyotes chip it right through the middle of the ice, and this is going to come down again, this time for an icing call. So immediately, 27 seconds in, the Arizona Coyotes cost themselves 2 chances to get started. This time, though, the face-off will come down low into their own end. With 19:33 to go in this second period, the Coyotes trail 2-1 against the Oilers. Face-off, Draisaitl can't win it clean, so we'll redo this. Last 9 games have the Coyotes, and the face-off for Draisaitl trying to get in there and make sure he's all good to go. And Draisaitl will scramble this one up, try to get it down low into the corner, pass to the middle, nobody was there. Corey Perry leg into the party. Now McDavid trying to just get the stick in there to disrupt, couldn't do it, and this one's going to be backhanded off of the Coyotes player and played across to the near side for Bouchard. Bouchard will fire up, and Ekholm will look to make this play. He'll go through the middle of the ice, tapped right onto the stick of an Arizona Coyote, and Draisaitl looking to chip it back the other way. And this camera angle is absolutely awful, my friends. I got nothing more to say there. 3 points behind the Golden Knights in the standings are the Oilers, as this will be nicely tapped ahead, and McDavid's going to try and get across the blue line. 18:50 to go here in this second period. The Oilers cut that puck off. Draisaitl, nice steal of the puck, and he's harassed there by the Coyotes once more as this comes down low again. McDavid Fogle tries to play that puck, can't do it, and this is going to be lifted up off the glass, and here come the Coyotes back the other way. Save made by Skinner, and then a penalty upcoming against Janmark for hauling down Maselli. But a good penalty to take there for the Edmonton Oilers as Maselli goes down, and the Oilers quickly interrupted what would have been an easy cash in front of the net. So Bukestad again, just a perfect lift off the glass, and then the Oilers crashing, and Janmark had to turf his man or he would have had a tap in. And Janmark was hooking him all the way down the length of the ice, so interesting situation there for the Oilers. Hooking call against Janmark as he took his man down. And it'll be Derek Ryan and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins starting on the penalty kill here for the Oilers as we look to get things fired up almost immediately. Maybe a quick odd man rush up the ice here as Hayton's waved out. The Coyotes can't figure themselves out trying to take this face off. Clayton Keller wins it back. He's taken to the ice, but he's able to win it back for the Coyotes. And now near side pass. They're going to fire up the shot just over top of the near side corner, and it will go up and out of play with just 9 seconds gone in the power play for Arizona, as they are off and rolling here with a power play just less than 2 minutes in. 1 for 6 yesterday at Colorado was the Arizona Coyotes power play, so that might explain the Colorado jerseys earlier today in the camera shots. And this will be the Oilers facing off to the right of Stuart Skinner once more. They'll win it back. Now Ceci will play it along the boards, and another Oilers player takes the Coyote down. Nugent-Hopkins on top of Clayton Keller there with 18:14 to go. Power play goals allowed, 1 goal in the previous 13, the last 5. The Oilers have allowed 9 goals against, 3 games straight allowing 22 plus goals against, or 2 plus power play goals against. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know why I went 22 plus. But 1:46 to go here in this power play for the Edmonton Oilers. 18:14 or power play for the Coyotes. Wow, the brain is just not operating at all, friends. And I even tried to get a coffee in me today. Last 4 games, the Coyotes are 1 for 17 on the power play, so that might be the Oilers' saving grace here. Get some confidence back in the penalty kill as this comes down low. Picked up by the Oilers, fired down into the Coyotes' end. Out to play it is Velada as he'll drift it back into possession for his team. As the Coyotes bounce off the wall, they'll quickly break out back the other way. Here's Keller loading across to the near side, and this will be Keller again with the puck drifting around the boards behind Stuart Skinner. Far side corner that's picked up on the rim by Ekholm that time and fired down the length of the ice. The Oilers lucky to get out of the zone there with 17:35 to go here in this second period of play. Back up, loading through the middle of the ice are the Coyotes, trying to disrupt the Oilers. Pass to the near side, Hayton will play it across now, and the Coyotes once again backtrack at center. So the Oilers doing not a bad job penalty killing so far. Coyotes across the line. Here's Keller looking past the middle of the ice, back to the blue line, near side. It comes again as this one will roll back, and the point shot coming from Jersey. Maybe the shot coming there, and that one is going to be a goal as everybody for the Oilers were standing around, and Clayton Keller just wires it home on Stuart Skinner, and that was a bad looking goal against on the power play or penalty kill, as Chris Knobloch not too happy with that one. I mean, Stuart Skinner literally just a sitting duck in the crease, as I don't think he even knew where that puck was at the end of the day as he comes out to play that puck, and he just goes down looking for the shot early, and then it's near side, just easy rip job there for Keller. And Hayton, no problem getting that one through as he tries to push off a Hayton looking to free up the screen. That's what net front presence does. And that will even this game at 2 apiece. 17:07 to go here in this second period of play. And if the Oilers find themselves down 3-2 by the middle part of this period, I'm probably just going to tune on out already. They don't want to look sharp today. Obviously, I'm not sharp. No need to force her any further. But the Oilers will immediately get back in their own zone. McDavid will pick this one up here. Clayton Keller's 22nd goal of the season. This one's played now by Bouchard, looking to play this off to McDavid. McDavid, nice through pass. Near side over to Corey Perry as Perry goes down low into the corner again as Dumba rips it around the boards, and this one played down low to Perry again. He'll cut in front of the net. That one is going to go off the stick of Velada and out of the zone. The Coyotes able to force the clear. And here's now McDavid dumping back into the Coyotes end. He'll quickly chase against Dumba as this reversed around the boards, and Corey Perry trying to knock it off his stick. Instead, Drysdale is going to be able to do it thanks to the pressure of Perry. Pass in front. Perry tries to jam it off the toe. Velada just able to keep the stick and toe down and keep that one off the goal line, that's for sure, or keep it away from dribbling across the goal line, as it's going to be through the middle of the ice. The Oilers 3-on-2 back the other way. Here's Nurse with Drysdale. Drysdale looking for the trailer, will rim around to the far side boards for Hyman. And now this sets up one. Nugent Hopkins back for Nurse. Over to Ceci. Ceci drags down low to the open corner for Kane. Kane looking to make the play here as he will get turfed off the puck. And that will allow Nugent Hopkins to take it on for Hyman. Rips the shot. Velada smartly hugs the post and keeps that puck out as Nugent Hopkins will go back to the point. Here's Nurse firing the shot, save made again, and this will allow the Oilers to continue along as that will be jammed off the stick by the Arizona Coyotes and down into the Oilers end. Picked up is Valimaki, sorry, and he will see the puck blowing dead there for some reason, but this one just a smart little strip there by Leon Draisaitl. Really made a good play, and then Corey Perry just couldn't jam it off the toe of the outstretched Velada. That was a beauty of a pass there by Drysdale to find the tape of Perry, spin and fire, but couldn't find the back of the net, unfortunately, with 15:22 to go. Perry's got 3 points in his last 2 games. He's had a solid go so far. This one's won back by the Oilers again. 15:19 to go in this second period of play, as the Oilers will load up the attack. Here's Sam Gagner chipping off the boards and in to the Coyotes zone with 15:10 remaining. Now the Oilers get to the forecheck, turn over a puck down low, and then Gagner gets buried into the boards a little bit on a hip check, and this allows Derek Ryan to come up with the puck. He'll bat back to the blue line. Ekholm over to Bouchard, and this one's going to be loaded up. Shot blocked in front. I think it might have hit Derek Ryan the way he winced in front. The shot again drifted as Bouchard just unable to keep that in, as that one bounced past him and Ekholm at the blue line, and this will be worked off an Arizona Coyote. Hayton dumps it in, goes for the line change. One Coyote comes crashing down. Big time hip check again there by the Coyotes, throwing it the body, but it doesn't work out for them, as it'll be Dylan Holloway across the blue line. He'll spin backwards, trying to dump it down low for Gagner again. This fourth line getting an extended shift as the third line gets set to take some ice time here. McLeod gets the turnover. Gagne is still on the ice here with 14:16 to go in this second period of play. And the Coyotes back the other way. Nice play by Vinny Desharnais, rangy play to force the puck back into the neutral zone with help from Rick Kulak. And this will be picked up by the Coyotes and jammed back in here with 13:58 to go in this second period of play. The Oilers will load ahead. Here's McLeod getting across the blue line with that dump in as it goes down to Velada. Coyotes reverse Moser with that puck play there. And this is now McLeod playing down low to Fogle. Fogle rims to the near side boards for Desharnais. Desharnais fires it down low again. That one misses the tape of Fogle, missed the skates even, and this will be cleared out by the Coyotes, who immediately have a man over the blue line trying to spin off of Desharnais, throws him to the ground. Good play by Desharnais, but Kulak and company still face a shot against. Side of the net wide open. Stuart Skinner able to scramble back into possession here. And this one with 13:15 to go in the second period. Puck comes up over top of the net and will be a nice play there for the Oilers. A bad flip there by Fogle comes sky high. Turnover now as Krause with the puck will drag in front. Coyotes get the puck, and this is just bad to worse for the Oilers, who just cannot seem to make a crisp play to save their lives here this afternoon. Block shot save made by Stuart Skinner on the rebound, and McDavid will try and pick this puck forward. Turnover at the blue line again. And I'm sorry, if the Coyotes are giving you these kind of fits, we've got problems, as that's going to be peeled off the stick as Fogle will try and play off the boards for McDavid. McDavid goes down into the corner looking for this puck. He sees it coming to the near side corner, and that will allow the Arizona Coyotes to go back down low. So 12:26 to go in this second period. Puck across. Maselli fires to the far side corner. Darnell Nurse sees it come freely to Cody Ceci. I don't even think he passed that puck. This one comes now for McDavid across the line. McDavid will get to the near side blue line for Ceci. The shot drifted. Puck down low, and the Oilers still cannot seem to connect that perfect pass here today. They've looked for it, they've tried for it, and just can't seem to do it. As this will come back the other way as 11:54 to go in this one. Second period as this comes down low with 10-10 the shots, 2-2 the goals. And this will be Cody Ceci across the line. Corey Perry gets into the blue line. Here's Leon Draisaitl looking to make this play. He'll look to try and drag it over to Nurse. Now over to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins fires the shot. Velada doesn't know where it is. And 11:30 to go the other way. This one plays to the near side corner now. And the Oilers will see Cody Ceci retrieve it back in his own end. As my friends, I am dying of the tiredness here as we are just about halfway done this period now. Coyotes back the other way. Nice tip play there by the Oilers as Nugent Hopkins in this camera angle again I will complain about one more time. 11:10 to go. This one played across the blue line. Nugent Hopkins battled there by the Coyotes. Bukestad right back, turns it onto the stick offensively, and here's Kane coming back the other way. He'll flip back into the neutral zone. Weak play there as this is Kane being able to fire it into the zone. 10:54 to go. Velada to play this puck, and this will be a nice hit there for Kane, a big one. That's what you want to see out of Evander Kane early and often in the hockey game. And there's one halfway through this hockey game. Simon marks through without 100 so far for the Oilers, about a 18 realistically all told. So here's Holloway dragging in the middle. He's cut off there by the Coyotes defense. 10:30 to go in this second period of play. And the Coyotes will roll this one back up in the middle. They'll chip in off the boards into the Oilers zone. Picked up now by Bouchard. Bouchard looking down low will spin off the check. 10:16 to go in this second period of play. Nice play there. And this will come over to Sam Gagne, where Dylan Holloway will pick it up for Gagne as he will look to make the pass to the middle. Can't do it. The Oilers rolling all four lines here with efficiency, but so far no real results for it. As here's Keller across the line. It looks like my stream has frozen up. That would figure, of course, how things are going this afternoon. And let's just refresh that here, friends. As we have got this one good to go with, looks like the stream's just frozen, period. Interesting. What is going on here? Give me a second, friends. go. We got that going. We got the refresh done. 11-10 the shots on goal for the Oilers. Now a block shot there for Matthias Ekholm. And that will be a good hit there for Dylan Holloway, erasing his man, getting back to the middle, avoiding another chance against. Coyotes fire this one back in front. The Coyotes will fire this to the near side shot. Rebound in front. Bouchard's able to clear. Good save there from Stuart Skinner. An important save to get that puck out of harm's way. And this will drift back across the blue line. The Oilers just looking disinterested. That's a goal there for the Coyotes. Stuart Skinner can't get it going. Bukestad happy to score against his own team and friends. Quite honestly put, guy needs to eat a meal here. Guy needs to have a nap. Yeah, I'm good. Didn't wake up on the right side of the bed this morning, and nor did the Edmonton Oilers. So, friends, I'm going to leave you be for right now. Yeah, tough one here, but we'll talk to you in a little bit here, friends. Thanks for being along for the ride. Again, sorry to cut the stream short, but I just got no juice left, and if the Oilers want to decide to play like this all day, we'll talk post-game about it. I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV.